Hello everyone, I am Clarissa Rios Rojas from Peru. I'm a molecular biologist and right now I'm working at the interface of science and policymaking. In terms of my journey, I started my bachelor in biology in Peru. I did my master in bioscience and neuroscience in Sweden and my PhD in Australia in molecular biology. In regards to the question, how is to be a woman in STEM, it's really great. I feel I can contribute with a lot to science and to also policy making, having a background in science. And it's really good to have more women in STEM because we can sometimes think about different options and different solutions to current problems. And it's a plus in every team, rather in the private or rather in the government. It's always a plus to have a woman in the team. And diversity, also having women from Latin America, women from Africa, women from Europe is always good because diversity always increases the productivity and efficiency of a team. Let me see the next question. How cool is to be a scientist and why do we need more girls to take up different fields of science? It's absolutely great. I have had the chance to do molecular biology, which is to be mainly in the lab, doing research. And also now that I'm working at the interface of science and policy making, I have the chance to interact with a huge variety of different professionals and stakeholders. Sometimes I have to be with people from the government, from the United Nations. Sometimes I have to sit down with vice presidents, with Congress people, and talk about different topics in science. So I think it's a really good way to use science for the greater good and for having science-based evidence to formulate better policies around the world. How should we approach learning? I think we have to be clear that learning is going to happen during all our lives, especially now that science and technology is going so fast. We have to keep up to date with the latest research, with the latest findings. Also, in social sciences, we have to know what are the last approaches and the last methods to understand how humans, how the environment, and how the interaction between all the different professionals, environment, species have to live together, and how each of us is impacting the environment and the society. So keep learning, keep studying. It doesn't matter at which level of your career you are. You just have to keep doing it and keep pushing it. And once you're there, you're going to start liking it and having a sense of wanting to learn more. So it's just a matter of making it part of your personality. How does STEM empower us, and how can women in STEM communities? Okay, Sabine, you will have to edit this. I think you didn't finish that question. How can women in STEM communities? So how does STEM empower us? Well, science and technology are one of the most important things that we have as a society, because every time that we have to, that we need a solution or an answer to a question, science is the closest to what the truth can be. It could be that sometimes we are limited by our senses, we are limited by our equipment, but the scientific method allows us to be closer to the truth. So I would say that science and technology, engineering, mathematics definitely empower us because allow us to understand the universe, the biology, the communities in a more deeper way. And this will always allow us to generate solutions to global challenges. How can we empower STEM communities? Well, I will recommend to join different organizations, local, national, international, be a member of different institutions. For example, I am a member of the Global Young Academy. I'm a member of the scientific community in Peru. I'm a member of the Ibero-American Women in our region. So it's always good to be part of different institutions and networks, because it allows you to build bridges of collaboration and also to understand an issue in a better way. What I'm currently doing right now, I'm at the Geneva Center for Security Policy. I'm going to be here for 6 months, and I'm currently doing research in two topics. One is women and peace and security, and the other topic is emerging technologies such as human genomics, artificial intelligence. So together with my colleagues, we are now writing briefs, policy briefs, that will allow policymakers to understand different issues and to take better decisions that are based in science. So my future plans, I would like to become the chief scientific advisor of a mayor or of a Congress people or of a president or an international organization like UN. I would like to provide facts and evidence-based information so we can aid policies and create better solutions again for current and for future issues that may come up. For example, in the case of emerging technologies, it's really important to understand how, for example, gene editing works in order to create policies that allow us to control and also prevent that different type of things can happen. For example, if people can do genetic engineering at their garage, in their homes, it could be also that certain things can be released, and this could have an impact in the environment or in the health, in the global health. So these are things that we have to consider now in order to prevent it and to be sure that we are building a world that is secure for everyone. The best thing about being a scientist is that your curiosity is always filled. Just today I was at CERN, which is the biggest laboratory in physics in the world, and it's here in Geneva. And I was just listening about the explanation of the equations and how the molecules, the atoms, the protons, everything works, and it was absolutely great. I was thinking once again, like, science is really amazing, and what's the potential that it brings for us humans to understand things like how the universe works, how our well, not only how our universe, but how the physics, the laws of physics play a role in the biology, in our genes, and how everything is interrelated. And it was really great. So for me, being a scientist is always having a curious mind and keep learning all the time. And yes, use this knowledge and contribute to the world. Thank you so much.